Hey y'all, today we're doing some 90-degree planche, some progressions, and I don't know why I wanted to do this today because I literally had a push workout, my muscles were sore, but trust, we're still gonna do it. So the setup is basically, I'm going to get in kind of a progression like, I think it was a half lay progression. And yeah, I'm just gonna do this with this elastic. I tried the purple one, I can't even do it low key, so I'm just going to do some strength sets on this, Alright, well, that's one. Let's do wider grip. Low key, that wasn't even that fun, and I don't feel like doing just sets of this. Like I already did, like I think 10 at the gym, and there's nothing really I can talk about here. Well, I can tell you how to set it up properly, and yeah, I'll just move on to like one arm push-ups real quick. We'll do something like that. Alright, so when it comes to the elastic, you just put it on the bar, right? And the most important thing is when you have it down, make sure that the tension is completely down, Like don't try and put the the elastic up to like this level over here or something like that. Make sure to get it around here, like right before your pelvic area starts, like here, right? You try and get it up to here, and then make sure that the elastic is fully level, because if it's not like that, then it'll kind of like the elastic might help you too much, or it won't help you effectively, And when you're training for these type of things, you need to use the elastics properly, so you get the proper strength to execute the exercise, Dang, my bad for the stuttering. Oh, that's difficult. Yeah, let's try a few more, and then we might as well do archer push-ups at this point. Like everything on my body is sore right now. Man, this form is kind of terrible, but trust. I'm kind of bored today. I think I'm gonna do push-ups tomorrow if I have the time for it, or if I get math homework, I might not even be able to upload. So we'll see what happens. Alright, I think that might be enough for today. Hey, low-key, I don't mind doing archer push-ups at all. I'm actually do that. Very close to one-arm push-ups, but I can actually do it with some very good form, so hey, we're about to do that. When you just don't have that much to like talk about. Actually, let me pull out a quote and just talk about it, because I save a lot of quotes, and today I was talking specifically about my yearbook quote. Whew. So out of breath out of those archer push-ups, man. Whew. Let's get a quote real quick. Boom. Okay, let's find it. Alright, so this quote, I took it basically from, I think it was Paul Walker. I better not mistake with Alan Walker, like the artist, but Paul Walker, my man from Fast and Furious with the Toyota Supra, y'all know. And a few days before he died, I think that was when he said the quote. I'll say my version of it, but it's literally the same concept. So it goes by, don't be sad that it's over, and be happy that it was. So the explanation is that when something goes away in our life, and either we had enough time to appreciate it or we didn't. When that passes by, and we need to learn to move on from it, right? It's very good to, of course, express your feelings. Sometimes it's okay to be sad about it, but at the same time, to have a polar opposite is that although you can be sad that it's over, you need to appreciate and be happy that it did happen, you know. I'll just use like a random example. For example, me going to Bulgaria this summer. Clearly, I am sad that it's over, you know, like every single day, kickboxing, gym, restaurants. We went to Greece also. It was amazing, you know. I am pretty disappointed that it's over, but I can appreciate that entire summer. I can be so happy from it. And just when I think about it, instead of being sad, I'm like, oh, it's over, I just think to myself, man, I'm happy, bro. Like, I actually got to experience that like once in my life. And these are amazing things that, of course, we all want to remember. And if all your memories, you view them as positive, not all of them, but you know, if overall you look at memories in a more positive way, it's possible that you'll put more input and like more outcome in your present. So you make sure that like when you see the past after, like in the future, once you see the past, you'll be even happier because you put more effort into, you know, making yourself appreciated in the future. Kind of complicated, but you know, I really like the quote. I think it's one of my favorite quotes of all time, you know, excluded from the passages from the Bible. Man, that one is absolutely amazing. And although Paul Walker did say that, it might come from somewhere else, you know, we never know. Quotes, we don't know where it originates from. Like, for me, I think that I created a quote, then I searched it up on Google, it already exists, you know, like, hey, sometimes it's very hard creating a unique quote that no one has ever heard before. Except if you're Winston Churchill. There you go. Alright, let's talk about some different concepts. So, we can talk about the difference between motivation and discipline, and how you should couple them, and how usually they're coupled for a result to take place. So, let's say I want to start my training journey. New year, new me type stuff or whatever. No, since it's the New Year's, you plan to tell yourself, New Year, new me. So now you have motivation. You're like, alright, I'm ready to get this. Of course, if you sign up to a gym membership or start training at home, I know that you will get it on the first few days or weeks, whatever it is. Maybe only one workout or whatever it is. Now, the reason why we have this motivation, I mean, you know, let's rephrase it. The reason why the motivation doesn't last is because that's basically motivation. No, it won't always last. That's it. There's nothing that says like everlasting motivation. If you want to call it that, then you say everlasting motivation. Motivation is meant to run out. Even like imagine, for example, after a breakup, right? You want to change or something, and you will have the motivation to change, but after you've changed, that motivation is not going to stay around anymore, because you basically either you grow out of it or you accomplish your purpose, so the motivation is clearly not going to stay. And as we know, sometimes the motivation will run away from us before we even get to like any actual progress. Imagine I start lifting, I look in the mirror the first few days, weeks, no progress. With that, that's one of the reasons why sometimes motivation can go out. Now, let me explain discipline. Discipline is doing something no matter how you're feeling about something. You need to do it, not that you want to do it. Sometimes there will be a thing, like of course there's some days where you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to study, you don't want to run like a marathon, you know. There's just some things that you don't want to do sometimes, even though you're doing it consistently. Sometimes you're just not going to feel it, feel motivated. And yeah, that's when discipline comes in. If you want to start something, you need a motivation. And if you want to keep going at it like for a very long time, you need discipline. And I'll say something more, even better than these, if you combine it with another thing. Actually, let's make it 4. You have the motivation to start something, you have the discipline to keep doing it, you have the determination to tell yourself that you will really achieve it at the end, and also being obsessed with it. Although obsession is not always a good answer, I found that I have made a lot more progress than any of my friends just because of my mindset when it comes to overall training. Of course, I have all my friends, yes, they've made good progress, losing weight, adding weight, whatever it is, yes, I'm proud of them. But if you have that one good mindset, if you're really like obsessed with training, you will make so much more progress than anyone out there. I mean, of course, it depends on your genetics and all those things, but overall, your mindset will dictate like 99% of what you are going to do on a certain mission, a quest, a journey, or whatever it is. So y'all heard it, motivation, discipline, determination, and if you're really about it, your mindset, so obsessiveness. Let's do one last set of archer push-up, yeah? Boom. Hey y'all, I wish that everyone has a good rest of their day. To every viewer, your overall, man, I'm so out of breath, man. To each and every viewer, I hope that you're strong mentally, physically, spiritually. I hope that your family is doing well. I hope that you heal from any sickness, everything, like, I wish that everything's going well, you know. Now, although I wish these things, I also wish for you to be strong enough to face your challenges, because in life I can only pray that like everything's going well in you, like in your life. I want to make you strong, because sometimes, of course, it's like not sometimes, it's always that life is a rough battle, you know, it's clearly not going to be always happy. And I want you to be strong enough mentally to be able to power through those things, to be a big strong human, you know. Good protector, good provider, whatever it is, whatever your roles are, whatever you want to do in life, succeed in those and be passionate about it. And yeah, chase your dreams, yeah? Because look, right now I might be getting like 10 views per video, or 5 or 1, I don't really care, you know. I'll keep making this. Worst case scenario is I become a physiotherapist, which, you know, is worst case, but clearly that's still a very good case, you know. And better case, I get popular from these videos, and you know, I live a dream life. Clearly that's going to be a lot better, but worst case scenario, I make a dream out of the worst case scenario, which is still very good for me, you know. First, if I'm a, you know, physical therapist, I can still make the money, I can still like heal people technically, like make them recover. I can still have a side passion of being a car mechanic during the weekends. I can still have a family, a big house with my wife, you know, all those things, you know. And yeah, that's a good part of about life. There's a lot of good things to appreciate, and don't ever be depressed about some things, because hey, life is hard, but the good things make it worth it. So yeah, I wish you to have a good rest of your day and all those things, and peace out to everyone. And I mean, hold up.